Welcome back, guys. This is the Tightwad, and today I'm going to show you how to replace the handle on your tailgate. Mine broke over the weekend, so I've ordered a new one from Amazon. It's a Dorman brand. I will link it in the description and in the pinned comment below. But I'm going to show you how to go through the process of removing this one and putting the new one on. The first step in the process is removing this cover. If you have the kind of bed liner that I have, and it has 8 of these screws with the Torx head. I have this Milwaukee Shockwave set of attachments that I use, and this has the Torx bits in it. I already have the one that I need in my drill today. It's the kind that have the star head, and I will be using that to remove all 8 of these screws. Once those are removed, this is going to slide down underneath, from underneath this bottom lip here. And then you can just set it to the side. Underneath here, if you didn't have a bed liner, you would find this metal plate that would also be held on by those same 8 screws. And you should be able to lift it off and set it out of the way as well. You can now see the components that work to release the latches on each end here, and then the back of the handle right here. So the way it works is when you lift the handle, this piece spins like this, and it pulls the 2 rods, which releases the latches here. Mine actually broke just on the back side of this metal piece right here, so there's nothing to push this down. It's a little piece right beside this black piece that broke right down here. There is a chance, if you're watching this video, that yours just has a simple clip like these that are broken. I will link those in the video where you can purchase them from Amazon. There's one on each end. There are these 2 pieces in the middle, which mine are cracked. I probably need to go ahead and get replaced. This one's cracked as well, and then there's another one down inside there. So those are easy to replace as well, but I'm going to get these unsnapped and get these 2 screws right here removed. We'll then be able to remove the whole tailgate latch system from the back side of the tailgate. Before I remove the 2 screws holding the latch in place, I'm going to remove these clips, and you should just be able to push against them with your thumb, and they unclip, and then these rods slide right out. So I'll do the same thing over here. And it's a little harder to get the right angle on. So now I'm going to remove these 2 screws, and I do need to make sure I have my hand underneath so that it doesn't fall onto the ground. It is broken already, so it's not a huge deal, but I'd rather it not fall down and break into multiple pieces here. And it is being held in, it appears, by some of the mechanisms on the top side, so I'm going to have to figure out how to work it out of here. Looks like there's a clip on the back side that I push in. There's a little clip right here that I push in and allows it to flip backwards. Then the whole thing comes out. So I will salvage these clips on here. They are old. My truck is 13 years old. But I'll keep these clips just in case my other ones ever go bad, because they should be interchangeable with those or with the ones on each side here. With this off, I can now show you what broke. You can see the little plastic piece right here. Whenever I pulled up too hard on the handle, it snapped apart right there. So this is no longer pulling this down to open the tailgate. I also need to remove the lock mechanism. This is key, of course, for the key that works on my truck. So I need to get this removed. So it doesn't get removed from right here. There's a little clip right here that I'm going to use a screwdriver to pull out, and then I'll be able to clip that in on the new piece. Looks like to remove this clip that's holding in the lock mechanism, I need to use a screwdriver to pry it away and out of the groove right here. So let's see if we can get that done. There we go. So I have that first side off, and now I'll do the same thing on the other side. Try not to put pressure on the screwdriver facing towards your hand. All right, with it loosened up on this other side here, I should be able to just pull it off, and I've got this clip out of the way. And now the lock just slides out. So that I don't forget the direction it went, I'm going to go ahead and slide it into the new piece here. Making sure the tab goes through here and then getting it in there. And it just snapped right into place, and it's not going to come out because these clips are holding it in. All right, so it should be ready to go. I can slide this back in from the bottom side. I'm going to go ahead and have my screws ready to put back in. Just line it up, and then that same clip that was on the other one right here in the back clips in place to hold it all together. And I can take my screws. Notice that these are also magnetic, which is nice. And I'm not going to screw that one all the way in until I get the other one started as well. All right, so those are both tightened down. And now I can put my two rods back in the clips here. And then snap the clip in place and do the same thing on the other side. I have some white lithium grease here. I've used this to lubricate other things around my house. I will link it in the description for the video as well as it's in the pinned comment. And there is some already on some of the mechanisms here, but I'm just going to make sure it's nice and coated before I put everything back together so that all the mechanisms have a really good coat of lubrication on them so they won't be rubbing and binding over time. I did reach under here and make sure that everything appears to be functioning correctly. So now I can shut the tailgate safely. With all of that done, it's time to test it out. So I'm going to close my tailgate and try out my new latch. It looks and feels exactly like the original. Mine had been really hard to open for a while. I'd have to pull it up really high, but now it's functioning just like new. This is the Dorman brand. It was $70. It's not one of the cheap ones you can get for 15 or 20. A lot of the reviews on those said they broke after just a short amount of time. So I went ahead and bought a more expensive one. I didn't go with the OEM brand that's over $100, which I typically would do. But I've had good luck with Dorman brand products on other things. So I am going to let you know if this one fails over time, but everything seems to be good with it. The lock fit perfectly into this, and looking around the edge, it looks like it covers the exact amount of space that the original did. So now it's time to open the tailgate back up and reassemble everything that I took off. In reassembly here, we'll start with the plate. And I'm going to line that up over the holes, and remember, we don't put any screws in this plate. We put this on first. If you have a bed cover like mine, you slip that in first, and it's got these grooves cut into it here where each of the little clips on the tailgate goes. So you can line those up, and it'll help you get everything started in the right direction. And I'm right over the holes. I can look through and see here. I really like these rigid brand drills. They fit my hands really well. They've got great battery life and plenty of power. I'll link this in the description and in the pinned comment as well. These screws, I do need some of the new nylon washers on them. I'll get those and get those replaced. But for now, just to finish this repair today, I'm going to just put them back in as is. So there you have it. I'm going to close my tailgate. I can now flip my tonneau cover back down, and it's not going to lock me out of my truck. I do need to test the lock mechanism, so I'll get my key in there and make sure that the lock mechanism is working correctly. But it is the original, so it should be fine. So we'll call this fixed. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Once you click subscribe, it'd be awesome if you also turn on those notifications so you'll see every time I post a new tightwad style DIY video. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. I always take time to check those out and answer them. And if you click any of the videos shown on the screen right now, they'll open right up on your device. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day.